Today we're going to show you how to make zills that last you a good year without getting way too worn, and you don't have to keep putting on elastics and making a whole mess. This is going to be quite easy and ingenious, I hope. So just watch. What you're going to need is needle and thread, box of matches, your zills, of course. I have one that's ready there. You're going to need elastic. I love these funky patterned elastics they sell at Joann's. Probably sell them everywhere. And make sure that whatever you get enough to fold over in half or to have 2 layers. You'll see why. You're going to need just a couple of, little pins. And, of course, scissors. So let's start. What you need to do is grab your elastic and cut out some pieces. You're going to need 4 for 4 zills. Generally, you don't need to measure, just get a bunch more. Usually if you know your finger's going to be here, definitely make sure to have extra so when you sew, later on you can cut off all the excess. So what I want you guys to do is go ahead and fold it in half. If you have a really thick piece, this is 1 inch thick, so that it's only, about a ½ inch, not even. And if you have elastic that's already thin, that's size that's correct for zills, simply just double it up. This is going to make it so that your zills will not stretch out as nearly as fast. And what you're going to do is go ahead and push it through the hole. So as you can see, pushing it from the underside to the top of the zill. Really, really important. Sometimes I see this done backwards, and this is an instrument. You do not want to affect the sound of the zill. You definitely want to have nothing, no knots or anything on the inside. You want to have everything on the outside of the zill. So passing it now through the second hole. And pushing it through. Alright, so as you can see, you have a whole lot here, and you'll just cut it later, so don't worry. What I want you to do now is just put your finger, in this case it's going to be my middle finger, and I'm going to go ahead and stretch it a little bit so that it's nice and tight, the tightness that I feel comfortable with, usually with my zills. Hold it, don't let it go, and just take your pin here, and you're going to mark it with your pin. Now that you're ready to marked with a pin, what I'm going to do is sew the first side with a lot of knots. I mean, you want these to last you a really long time. You're already doubling up the elastic. And really, if you don't want these threads to break, you have to just be really OCD about it. I'm pretty OCD. And I give this a lot of passes. So you're going to go probably every 3 passes, I give it a knot. So here I'm going to go ahead and do a knot. Every 3 stitches I do. I'm just doing, over, under. Really simple stuff. We're going to do it all the way until I get to the other edge. I'm going to make a couple knots. Okay, once you are sewed all the way through your zill, you have all this extra. So what you want to do, this is the part where you start cutting out. I would cut it with leaving just 1/8 of an inch. No less than 1/8 of an inch. And really, you don't need anything much more. And what we're going to do, because a lot of times people say, well, this unravels and it becomes messy and it doesn't last this long. So it's really, really simple fix. You're going to take your box of matches. Go ahead, light it up, and you're going to burn the edges. This is going to seal everything in. It won't unravel. Something so simple, just takes a few seconds. And there you have it. It's nice and tough. It's been sealed. Just go ahead and wear your zill. In my case, it's over here. And here's my other one. And you have perfect fitting zills that is going to last